Hi, welcome back to the pineapple patch. I was asked to try a new experiment, so I've been using the calcium carbide to force the pineapples to fruit, and the last couple times I've done it, I have timed it, and it takes about 45 days from putting the calcium carbide on to getting the little blossoms starting. And so I was asked if I made the concentration of calcium carbide stronger, if it would change how long it took. So that's what I'm going to try today. I have this small section here that I'm going to put them on. These I planted in early 2022, and they were suckers. So they're big enough now to be forced, and that's what we're going to try. So when I first started doing this, the instructions that I got were 4 pellets per 1 cup of water. So for this amount, normally I would put in 8. So there is 8. And while that is bubbling, we'll go down to this one and we will do double. So I'll put 16 pellets in this one. Okay, and the instructions that I found originally told me to wait until it quits bubbling. It does take a while. This one is, as you can see, still bubbling quite a bit. And what I'm going to do is just do each end of this short patch. I don't want to treat them too close to each other because the whole point of this is that it gives off an ethylene gas, and the ethylene is what forces the pineapple to fruit. And so if I do them too close together, it may skew the experiment because the stronger one might push the ethylene across to some of the others. So here we go. I'm just gonna give this a shot. Today is December 17th, so I'll be checking these daily. I come out usually and check all my pineapples daily because it's fun. I enjoy it. So I'll be checking this patch daily to see how our experiment turns out. So here I go. Gonna pour this on. I'll do probably 6 or 8 of them, and I just put them right in the center and fill it up. So there's 1, 2. That's too little. I don't want to do a little guy. 3, 4, and we'll do this one. So I got 5 out of the regular concentration. Now we'll come down to this end. It's still bubbling a little bit, but we'll go ahead and do it. So 1, 2, 3. Oops. 4. 5. All right. If you like and subscribe, you'll be able to see the results in 45 days or less. So months ago, I did an experiment on this little patch where I put twice as much calcium carbide on this end than I did on this end. And fairly quickly I realized my experiment was going to be somewhat of a bust because these two on the end that had the regular dose of calcium carbide started out very quickly. And then I remembered that I had put some calcium carbide on these two the last time I did a batch. So I had ruined this end, and then I started noticing that even in the middle, I was getting some what looked like starts of pineapples. So here's the problem with doing experimenting with calcium carbide at this time of year. It's the time anyway when they will flower. So the calcium carbide has done nothing. If anything, it actually slowed it down. So this is the end that got the double dose. And as you can see, they're either not started at all. This one is still not started. Or they're fairly small. But here in the back, where they didn't get as much, they're bigger. Here in the middle, this one didn't get any calcium carbide. It's bigger. So maybe the double dose was a problem. Over here that just got the single dose, they're fairly large. So the experiment wasn't a great success, but if anything, I would say the result is the double dose maybe stunts growth. But all of them are starting, even the ones in the middle that didn't get treated, because it's pineapple season.